My name is Commander Messi Achebe, and I was authorized by your High Council to contact you. By now, you've faced the Borg. The Collective is appearing with more frequency in the Alpha Quadrant now, and Defera is facing repeated attacks. We've been able to push them back so far, but we can't do it forever, not without help. Starfleet is organizing a meeting on DS9 to discuss the Borg situation. Representatives from Starfleet, the Cardassians, and the Deferi will be present. Your Chancellor is sending a representative as well. We want you to be there to represent the Klingon forces fighting the Collective. We have our differences, but some problems are simply too big to ignore.
Welcome to DS9. I'm Commander Karen Andrews, Captain Carlin's first officer. He asked me to inform you that he has been delayed dealing with an incident in Cargo Bay 3. Also, I must remind you, you are here as our guest. I don't expect any trouble, but it never hurts to remind someone about the rules. Our people were allies once. That may not be the case now, but at the very least we can be civil to one another.
I'm looking forward to the conference and what your government has to say about the Borg. While I agree the Borg are indeed a threat, I'm not entirely clear as to what you expect the Ditapa Council to do about it. If you will remember, we dismantled our military after the Dominion War and only maintain a small force for planetary defense. Those ships you may have seen were stolen from my government by the True Way. Regrettably, Starfleet has yet to put a stop to their campaign of terror. Being here on Deep Space Nine reminds me of my mentor, Gul Mavek, who was stationed here during the Dominion occupation. During his time here, he came across a peculiar drink, Bajoran distilled Kanar. Apparently, during the Cardassian occupation, the soldiers wanted their favorite libation, but there was not enough Kanar in the shipments from home. So these resourceful young officers conscripted a group of Bajorans, mostly from the religious houses, to distill Kanar for them. The Kanar from Bajor has a different color and flavor from the best Cardassian vintages because of the local ingredients used in its distillation. Nevertheless, many of the officers who drank it developed quite a taste for this Bajoran pleasure. It is impossible to find a similar vintage on Cardassia Prime, and I want to present a bottle to my mentor and friend, Gul Mavek, upon my return to the homeworld. It would mean so much to him, and I would be most grateful to anyone who could assist me in this small task.
Need something, friend? A wise man can hear prophet in the wind.
Greetings. My name is Sarah, and I speak for the Deferi. Until recently, my people isolated ourselves from the rest of the galaxy in an attempt to remain neutral. We seek balance in all things, and therefore choose not to take sides in conflicts that do not concern us. The Borg, however, threaten everyone. My own world has been scarred by the Collective. I look forward to hearing your thoughts about how we can deal with the Borg when the conference convenes. I understand. I must find something to do with my free time. I had been hoping to spend some time in one of the holosuites here. Several people have recommended them, and there is an historical holoprogram, the Matara Nebula, that I have been eager to play. Could you help me gain access to a holosuite? An hour or two would be more than sufficient.
Need something, friend? Opportunity plus instinct equals profit. A Ferengi without profit is... Need something from...
Greetings. My name is Sarah, and while I recently completed a diplomatic mission to Cardassia Prime, I must admit I never developed a taste for Kanar, and so didn't feel the need to take a bottle with me.
Need something, friend? Need something, friend?
May the prophets bless you. Peace be with you.
I'm looking forward to the conference and what your government has to say about the Borg. While I agree the Borg are indeed a threat, I'm not entirely clear as to what you expect the Ditapa Council to do about it. If you will remember, we dismantled our military. Oh, wonderful! Gulmavek will be so pleased with this gift. Thank you for your assistance. If at some point I can assist you in return, all you need to do is ask.
I was informed you would be here as well. I was informed you would be here as well. Welcome to the home of your enemy. I recommend you listen to what Starfleet has to say, but never forget, this is not friendly ground. How fortunate. We have an opportunity here. There is time to gather valuable intelligence about Starfleet operations on this station. You and I will be under too much scrutiny from Commander Andrew's little pets to accomplish much. Your crew, however, may be able to learn a great deal without anyone noticing. If you are afraid that assisting me will somehow stain your honor or risk your standing among the diplomats here, I will find someone else. I will, however, note your refusal in my report to the High Council. work. Our operatives at Klingon Intelligence will go over this data. I'm sure we will be able to put it to good use.
Greetings. I'm Captain Volkel Sean. I've heard a lot about you. It's good to finally meet. I'm glad there's someone else here who's faced the Borg in battle. We have a perspective the rest of these full-time diplomats don't. How many do you have? My chief engineer has been looking for stem bolts for weeks. He wants to do some upgrades to the Belfast, and the Defiant class has always been a little touchy. Sometimes it's best to use what works, even if the technology's a little out of date. We've made inquiries with several traders, but everyone we talked to dumped their inventories after the speculation bubble burst. Some Ferengi out there made a small fortune a few months ago cornering the stem bolt market, but now that supply is gone. I was hoping to find some here, but so far I haven't had the chance. If you know of a source, my crew could make the upgrades we need without having to find an industrial replicator. Greetings. I'm Captain Volkel Sean. I've heard a lot about you. I'm glad there's someone else here who's faced the Borg in battle. We have a perspective the rest of these full-time diplomats don't. Thank you for the information. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to contact my ship.
Sorry to trouble you again, but Captain Curland is wrapping up the problem in the cargo bay, and we will be able to begin the talks very soon. I've notified the other attendees, but our opening speaker isn't responding to hails. Could you please track him down for me? Admiral Zavglach Trem mentioned wanting someplace quiet. You might try the upper promenade or the temple.
My apologies, both to you and Commander Andrews, that I get some time to myself these days. Captain Curland offered me the use of his office, but I came here instead for some peace and quiet. Peace. It's in far too short of supply these days. I've been in Starfleet for a long time. I've seen more battles than I care to remember. But this one, there's no reasoning with the Borg. There's no chance for a non-violent solution. I only hope that we can unite before they come for us. No one is safe. Welcome, everyone. I'm so pleased that you all agreed to join us here today. As many of you are all too aware, the Borg attacks are increasing. If they are left unchecked, Starfleet predicts that the entire Alpha Quadrant could fall within 3 years. We all must work together to push these invaders out of our space and protect our homes and families.
I do not agree. My empire will stand, with or without your assistance. The Klingon Empire has never been stronger than it is right now. I dare the Borg to challenge us. Starfleet may cower in fear before a bunch of machines, but we do not.
I'm sure what the esteemed ambassador from the Klingon Empire meant to say is that he hopes we are all so crippled by our efforts to stop the Borg, we will be no match for a battle-hardened Klingon fleet. I do not want to be assimilated, but I don't want to be a servant to the Klingon Empire either.
The Deferi believe that all things must be in balance. We cannot counter the Borg threat if we ourselves are counter to one another. The Deferi do not wish to act against any of you. Therefore, should this meeting not reach a consensus, our best course of action is to not act at all.
Starfleet will do what it must to protect the Federation. However, if you want our assistance, you need to be willing to protect yourselves and contribute to this campaign. The Borg will be stronger if any of your civilizations are assimilated. Starfleet's hard at work developing new technology and tactics. We, at least, will be ready. And if we can't cooperate, I hope you don't suffer. And that we develop new weapons in time.
This is getting us nowhere. We came together in the spirit of cooperation. We need to find common ground. Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Be careful. You are dangerously close to insulting the honor of the Klingon Empire. Do not presume to know what our honor demands. The Empire's pursuit of honor does not mean we are compelled to fight other people's battles. Full strength. Ha! The might of the Klingon Empire can stand against the entire galaxy. Let them come. What does the Empire gain by fighting at your side? We do not need to be hamstrung by your weakness, or to put your needs above our own. The so-called powers at this table will not survive without our assistance. It is good, then, that we see the merit in fighting the Borg. It would not be honorable for us to reserve our strength while others go out to fight. That is a trick worthy of a Romulan.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Cardassia Prime is still rebuilding from the Dominion War. We have achieved a great deal in the past decades, but there is still much more to do. The continued threat of the true way makes progress difficult. It would be best if we reserve our limited resources. I will not weaken my world to defeat the Borg, only to become the victim of another power already here in the Alpha Quadrant. I will protect my home until my last breath. My people do not need to be distracted by having to concern ourselves with all of you. Perhaps keeping ourselves separate is the best protection we could have. I see your point. If we work together, we can spread the risks of fighting the Borg, while at the same time creating a unified force that is more likely to succeed. Cardassia's odds of survival will be greatly improved if we add our strength to yours.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Maintaining balance with all things must be our primary concern. Balance comes in many forms. It may be our time to depart this universe and make way for others, as others have done before. If it is, so be it. We will protect what we can of our culture and knowledge for those who come after, as the Preservers did for us.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Starfleet will do everything we can to protect the Federation and its allies. However, there are too many drains on our resources and a limited number of ships and officers. It may be simply unfeasible for us to sign on to be the protector of the entire Alpha Quadrant. Besides, we need to consider the Prime Directive. There are limits to what we can do. Under dire circumstances, Starfleet may be forced to pull back from protecting all life to a position where we can defend only the core worlds. I hope it doesn't come to that. If it does, however, the needs of the many must outweigh the needs of the few. Starfleet recognizes the Borg threaten all life in the Alpha Quadrant. We've lost too much already. We cannot lose anymore. Eventually, we'll all need to put our differences aside and unite in opposition to the Borg or anyone else who sows chaos and destruction. Our governments have had their differences, but the fight against the Borg is more important. And if the Iconians attack, they could make the Borg seem like a minor inconvenience. If we are to survive, we will need to work together.
Let's take a quick recess to cool off. And that's funny, I don't remember anyone being scheduled to fly through the wormhole today.
There's something coming out of the wormhole. Captain, it's a Dominion fleet. They're charging weapons. Red alert! Jem'Hadar boarding the station. Get the delegates out of here.
We have to get out of here!
It is time to leave.
Evac Protocol Alpha. Andrews, get everyone to shuttles. Prep the Defiant for launch. Blast it. The Jem'Hadar have cut off access to ops. Karen, you'll need to coordinate the evacuation. We'll get the delegates to the docking ring, and then I'll try to join you in ops.
Hi, I'm looking for a new phone to replace this one. Yeah, for sure. Now, is it true that after...
Captain Curland, good to know that you and the delegates are safe. Jem'Hadar have stormed the station and we're losing critical areas. The Defiant has launched and I've evacuated everyone possible, but a few of us stayed to...
Andrews? Andrews! Someone, answer me! What's going on?
Captain, my name is Loris, and I represent the Dominion. This station, and all remaining souls on it, are now under our control.
I don't need a KDF officer to dictate strategy to me. I will not waste lives on an ill-planned attack that is doomed to fail. Starfleet is routing all available ships here, and the Federation Council is contacting your Chancellor as well. The Empire has fought to protect the Alpha Quadrant from the Dominion before. We are also sending messages to the Gamma Quadrant in an attempt to open a dialogue with the Dominion. But we are fighting a war on multiple fronts. Starfleet will not abandon the colonies near Eta Eridani to your fleets, or leave Defera to the Borg. It will take time to marshal our resources and plan a counterattack. Captain Kurland and I have asked your commanders to allow you to participate in any counterattack on DS9. We need strong officers like you to retake the station. Until we are prepared, though, we need to do whatever we can to contain the Jem'Hadar fleet at DS9 and protect Bajor. Losing DS9 is bad enough. Opening the door to the Dominion is unthinkable.